out many years ago before she renounced it all and told us all how wrong we are. Also today, I'm reading from this deck, which I like very much. It's Ask an Angel. It's Tony Carmine Salerno, and he reads... No, he doesn't. He sort of does in a way, because he's a psychic artist, so he reads whatever he reads out of the universe, paints pictures of it and arranges them into decks every now and again. And it's that deck I'm going to go into first today, and here is a wonderful card. There's nobody on chat yet as far as I can see, but this is very much for you if you're drawn to it. And who wouldn't be drawn to joy? Well, you might not be drawn to the kind of joy that this lady's experienced in her life, because she doesn't look very happy, does she? And the point here is that the butterfly is coming and bringing joy back to her. So if the joy feels as if it's gone out of your life, remember that. Because whoever you are, you know, there is always some happiness coming ahead, coming to bring... some kind of progress into your life, coming essentially to make things better. Everything we do around the spirit world and everything that we link into is about them wanting to give us a fair bit of help. You know, we're trapped in this, that's the wrong word, we live in this beautiful planet, you know, in a sense we're trapped because there is no escape from it. But, oh, we've got some hello, Neymar Jr., hey, nice to see you. You know, it's easy to feel trapped is what I'm saying, basically. That's what I'm saying. So the spirit people, all the psychic influences, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, but the cosmic thing happens. People come together, people join together more often than not. And actually, because of this superhuman knowledge that none of us can really understand, we actually get somewhere. We actually move forward. And you see, this lady has got a smile on her face. She's just kind of, I don't think she's entirely convinced that things are going to start going well. But the influences are absolutely always changing, you know, nothing ever stands still. Next week, Venus is, or is it, no, sorry, it's Uranus is doing something in astrology. I can't remember, I've got it written down somewhere because I do astrology on here every day as well. But there is something happening with Uranus next week which is going to change things for the next 7 years. And obviously there it's a subtle change, because there's always something you can do to change your luck, to change the way things are going for you. But look at this lady again. I'm now seeing that there's a 5-pointed star on her head. I'm not sure how well it's showing up on camera there, but I'm sure you could Google this card. You know, it's called Ask an Angel deck, and it's joy. And then you could bring it up on the screen and have a proper look at it there. Oh, hello, Chrissy. How are you doing? Yes, you certainly can ask questions, Neymar. Yeah, most definitely. And nice to see you. I just pull a card, you know, when I come on, because people watch the video back afterwards, repeated on my channel. And at least there's, you know, at least I'm reading a card then, aren't I? But yeah, you ask away, Neymar. Type in whatever, and I will do my best to come up with something. Thank you. And Chrissy, yeah, okay, Chrissy, right. But I'm going to go with Neymar Jr. first there, just because that's the first request. But I will come to you, okay, Chrissy? I feel a connection today, most definitely. And I'm thinking the crystal path again, but then that's always the case with you, isn't it? So you're wondering about a guy. What does Jacob think about me? Okay. Okay. Now, it does say Doreen Virtue in the title, but I'm going with Ask an Angel here, because that's what I'm directed to do. And I'm just going to shuffle the cards, and I'm just going to flick down again and have a look, because the chat disappears after a second. What does Jacob think about me? Well, what I'm seeing already before I've got near a card is, you know, that Jacob's Ladder thing that they do with electrical, some kind of old electrical experiment they did. It's in lots of the old horror movies where there are 2 wires and there's a kind of ladder of sparks go up there. And that's what I'm thinking in terms of Jacob. Okay, because he, sometimes he thinks a lot of you, sometimes he thinks a lot of everything. Other times he seems to go down into himself. He doesn't seem to be around people much. And then it's almost kind of, it's a shame really, but it feels to me as if he doesn't care within himself. Yeah, that seems what it's like to me. But look, I've pulled a card here, right? And it's the last card I would have thought, but isn't that always the way? Fuel, that's the angel fuel, and emotion is the thing here. But look, see this purple star swimming towards somebody? That I feel is you. that I feel you've been through a lot of emotion over this, actually, that this has meant a lot to you for quite a long time. I can see tears in the recent past, but I can also see you up on top of it now, still contemplating, actually aware of all the spiritual possibilities. Neymar, I feel strongly that you actually are someone who can visualize and believe and manifest what you're after. Yeah. So you're up above those emotions now, and this purple star, this is the love coming back to you. No tears. Well, I'm very, very glad to hear that, actually. Yeah. So yeah, I called that one a bit wrong, but I'm very glad to hear there's no tears, because I mean, you know, well, some tears are healing, but on the other hand, some things aren't so bad that you want to give your whole life into worrying about them and feeling upset, isn't it? But there you go. She's up there. She's happy, and she's close to nature as I'm looking there. It's such an obvious thing to say, "Are you close to water, Neymar?" But there's something here. I got it wrong with the tears. There's some link between you and water. Yeah, well, I hope so. Being around nature is going to be good for you. That's what I'm seeing in this card. Because also you do have a fair bit of psychic ability around you as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually do readings yourself, from what I can see here. If not, don't be afraid to, you know, go forward and look into it. He's Cancer. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that says a lot, actually, in being a Cancer, because Cancers, oh, they can be so miserable sometimes, and it's just because they care, really. I know a medium who's a Cancer, and she appears in churches, and she gets really cross with the people she's giving the messages of love to. You're into astrology, great. Well, that is really leading the way. Actually, now then, right. I've just got to grab this book. 1 second. Right. Where are we? Where are we? Right, because this is happening today in astrology. You probably know this already. But yeah, actually, no, it happened yesterday, March the 1st. Venus was square Uranus, but now Venus has moved into Aquarius, so there's a lot more freedom-seeking. Things are that bit less grounded. So that's good for you. But in terms of Jacob, right, I'm sure he will be more adventurous, but we're probably looking at next week when the Uranus thing happens, because that's actually going to hold for the next 7 years, and it's going to mean the breaking of patterns that have been the way for a long time, and particularly around him being a Cancer. It's a great opportunity for the caring side of Cancer to come out more, and that's not just about caring for you, that's about caring for himself, because when he gets into a state where he doesn't want to talk to anybody, a lot of it is it's not that he dislikes himself or hates himself, just somehow he doesn't care about himself, you know, and that can be for long periods of time. So that's my answer. It's kind of convoluted, isn't it? Yes, he does, but it depends on his mood, and you are going to have to give it time and wait and see. I have a feeling it'll be well worth it if you do, though. And I also have a feeling, Neymar, that around work, in the next week or so, something will come up which gives you an opportunity to actually talk to him and get forward in that way. Really, well, I'm delighted to hear it. Yeah, it looks positive. It looks really positive, just kind of not exactly yet. Ah, yeah, Virgo, right. So that really adds up. That really adds up, actually. People accuse Virgos of being OCD, and I think he gets accused of that. And it's, well, it sort of is what we call OCD, really, but to him it's just about keeping everything right, keeping everything in balance, you know. But balance is so important. That's no bad characteristic in a person if you can just kind of free him a little bit so he can run with that and enjoy himself. Okay, Neymar, thank you very much for working with me. I'm going to move on because I promised they'd be quick ones today. I'm going into the Ascended Masters deck now, and this is actually for Chrissy. Yeah, it's very perfectionist. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised from what I've just seen. But he's got to learn that not everything is perfect. You know, relationships are never perfect. The perfect relationship takes account of the imperfections. That's what I want to say. I'll give you that with our love. Thanks for coming in. And I tell you what, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I'm into a subscriber giveaway at the moment. I started it when I thought most of the people watching my channel were interested in do it yourself, and I'm making a clock. It's a very nice clock, and you have the chance to win it. But do subscribe, because there's going to be more subscriber giveaways, and we're going more into the crystal realm with things like that. So you know, give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, you know what to do. And I shouldn't say that so early in a reading. Now then, actual 3-card spread here, and this is for Chrissy. No kids yet. Well, the sender card here, and I'm drawn to that when you say no kids yet. Right, look at this. This is Hilarion, and it's subscribe. Nice one. Thank you very much. Yeah, health and healing and Hilarion, and there's a lot of laughter and mirth around Hilarion, as you can imagine. That's sort of where I'm headed, Chrissy. We're going in there slowly with my guide today, and he's showing me lots of healing light here. So in terms of Hilarion, I just feel you weren't taken seriously. I feel you've actually got a lot of mirth, laughter and happiness in you, and you actually had to use that as a defense rather than as a way of kind of being real with people, being yourself and just kind of making you and other people happy. I feel you had to kind of use your sense of humour to make people happy all the way down the line. And everything about this card makes me think, you know, green energy, nature, your human nature. That's what really matters. The first one that came out here is right, though, and we've got Thoth. So the thing to do is actually put things into writing. I've already talked quite a lot about writing down our dreams. I don't think that's where we are here, but I've got a feeling I might have pulled this card for you before, Chrissy. I don't know. I can't understand. It's really difficult to remember. But there's something in writing. And basically it would do a lot of good if you put something in writing as well, because there's an imbalance from back in those times that needs to be put right. It needs to be put right in the spiritual kind of cosmic sense of things, and it's going to be put right in the terms of this world, in the terms of everyday life. And just one more here, Chrissy, and it's crystals, and it's Epona. Yeah? Oh, you can, right, so you know where I'm at about the writing. Yeah, it feels like there might be a legal matter coming up, to be honest, because in this card, this white horse to me has a lot to do with justice. Also, it's the unicorn and it's pointing forward. It's, you know, you see the posture there. I mean, unicorns are beautiful, gentle creatures, so that's a kind of spiritual forward thrusting. Writing down what you want, yes, certainly giving it to the angels in those days. But what I'm being told, Chrissy, is when you're writing things down, certain things will come to you that shouldn't have been the way they were. Well, legal issues some way down the line. What I'm saying to you is, but it will be a smiley face if you get things written down, because things are going to start making more sense to you, and you're going to be able to fight that out when it comes. And there's going to be money for you around that. I'm sticking my neck out there, but I feel sure that's just what my guides told me. But the crystal thing is very important with you, so do have a manifestational attitude towards that, because although in lots of ways you might be prepared to kind of leave the past in the past and move on, Chrissy, there's always going to be a tension within you until you've kind of fought your corner on this thing, and it's actually going to come up. This isn't something that you have to go out and instigate. It's going to come around you. It is part of the reason why you don't feel great a lot of the time, when you don't feel great. When you don't feel great, a lot of the time when you don't feel great, it's because of that. There's something in the past, and it makes a tension. You know, things don't feel right until it comes into balance. So it is important for you. But yeah, get writing things down. Get your manifesting head on. I'm sure there are dreams coming to you, actually. And so that writing down would help a lot with that. But in this case, it's more like write down what you want, give it to the angels, because it can heal. It needs to heal, and the energy is in place for it to heal. These cards come from Doreen's Ascended Masters. Yeah, and so it makes it very intense. And it also suggests to me that you've got enough of a link to the angels that will I be okay? That yes, you will, because they're looking out for you. No, this isn't anything to do with you. This isn't anything to do with you being in trouble, Chrissy. When I say something legal, The people who fostered you fostered more than one person, I believe, and there's more than one person isn't entirely happy with the way it went. I can't sort of say too much more than that out there live, but things weren't right back then, and there's something that if you knew, it would open doors in your heart and mind. You weren't fostered yourself then? No, I'm going to stick to this. There really is something going way back in the past to do with you being, well, if you weren't fostered, but being looked after by other people, certainly. Things happened that shouldn't have happened. No? Hey, well, that's great. I must be off at the wrong tangent, Chrissy. I'm sorry about that. But I'll give you that with love. And let me actually, before I just move away from that, let me have another think about this. I mean, writing things down is going to be important. I can't see you having any problems at all with qualifying to be a foster parent. That's really my main point. And so if I can't see anything out there that's going to go wrong, I don't think anything is, because I'm sure my guide would actually have told me at that point. But you get writing, and I think someone's going to challenge you. You know, it's not in trouble, it's someone's going to challenge you, because when you want to foster children, you have to kind of, and I can only speak about the British system, to be honest, but when it happens here, we have to convince the authorities that we're a kind of safe pair of hands and we've got a sound approach to life. There's a friend of mine took up fostering babies, and him and his wife, and they particularly wanted to help children who'd been through abuse. And because it was about babies and because it was about abuse, they went on a particular course, and they were told, well, they were asked, they were sat down at a table with a complete stranger, and they were told, right, now you've got to tell this complete stranger in front of you, what was your last sexual experience and what did you do to start it? And then they didn't actually make them do that at all, but then they said, that's how it feels when you're a kid who's been abused. So some abstract thinking there to do, Chrissy. I will give you that with Spirit's Love. I will keep moving because I promised quickie readings today. So we're kind of a bit on the surface, but we'll get lots of people in. They do get very personal. Yeah, it's bound to happen. Yeah. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this on YouTube. I want a quick vape of my e-cig. It's the blue one if you're allowed to say things like that. I just did anyway. Now then, Nicola Parrington, hi there, good to see you. Yeah, okay, Neymar, just fire away. I'm going to go to Nicola now, right? Because I'm drawn in. I actually think I've got a bit of someone else's message there, Nicola, but I'm going to absolutely clear the decks with that one and keep moving. And I'm back with Ask an Angel for Nicola Parrington. Back with Ask an Angel, and you've actually been asking an angel quite a lot. Yeah, thank you very much. But what the card I've got here may surprise you. It's the beauty card. Yeah. Now, so many people, particularly kind of spiritual practitioners, card readers, that kind of thing. And yeah, you've really got to come to believe in that beauty. Many readers, psychics, people, you know, new age people who want everyone to be happy, when I want everyone to be happy, will tell you, you are a beautiful soul. And, you know, when people tell me that sometimes, I think, well, I'm not that beautiful. You know, sometimes I've kind of had too much to drink, and sometimes I'm just not the best person in the world, especially when I've just got out of bed in the morning, you know. We're all human beings, warts and all, aren't we? And you're a psychic medium. Ah, right, excellent, excellent. So what's this believe in your beauty? Do you feel you want to be working more, Nicola, and you're sort of held back by the way you feel about how you think other people are going to feel when they actually see you out there? I mean, massive colourful wings wrapped around you here, and I know the angels are very close in that sense, but all the beauty here seems to be coming from outside, but you've got to believe in your own self, yeah? Ah, right. Well, I'm almost sorry to hear that, but I'm glad in another way, because I know there's a way out of it, Nicola. Spirit came into my life and wanted me to start being a medium and working in churches. When I'd had a really big stroke and I had such a bad speech impediment, I thought that's ridiculous. If they were going to choose someone to talk to people on a stage, I've got lots of good things about me, but that's not one thing because I couldn't get the words out. But I kept going because that's what they wanted me to do, and I go all over the churches, and the old speech impediment's gone right down. So keep believing in your beauty, because whatever you think is getting in the way of that is it's partly psychological. It is a bit of a cruel world in that sense. I really understand that people can be very cruel about it, but if you just keep going, sooner or later things will change. There were people around the churches when I started who said, "Oh, I'm not sure we should have a disabled person doing it," because it was a long time ago. Not sure they should have a disabled person doing this and that kind of thing. And they eat their words now. They eat their words because I reach hundreds of people a week. Other people, in their churches, they don't so much. Nicola, yeah, what question would you like to ask, Nicola? I'm all ears. Takes a second to type, I know. And people's internet is up and down, isn't it? Let's take a quick drink of water. Look, red, turquoise, all kinds of that, and even a bit of green in this, Nicola. This is very much for you. It's up and out the energy with you, Nicola. And the point of big change. Okay. Tell you what, let's do it another way. Let's bring in the crystal ball. I'm just going to focus on your words again. The turning point is something to do with the school. The way they said it is school. Something to do with the school. 6 children in particular. That's what I want to say. Something around 6 children and a school, and it's a school you know well. It's almost as if it's the school. And the turning point is going to be breaking someone's resistance, basically. The forward motion that you're trying to make is it's just not going to get through certain gates. Now, I'm talking to Nicola Parrington at the moment, PG. I'm sorry, I'll go on to you in a minute. I will, right? I'm doing quick ones today, trying to get things there. But that is the turning point for you, Nicola. It'll be a person that's absolutely blocking the way, and you're just going to have to get through them. The angels are on it, and at that point something can happen that will make it work. But look out for 6 children, and a certain amount of healing as well. Well, I see a lot of healing energy, but it's a very lilac, it's a gentle healing energy, and that's why there's a lot of it. It's not massive change, it's a lot of healing energy, and that is what gets your boots on, and that is what makes the turning point a turning point. I'll give you that with Spirit's love, Nicola. I hope that's hit the spot there. Okay, and I'll just cleanse the ball and pull it back. Okay. Now, I'm not running a list here. I'm going to have to try and get a friend to work with, and I can keep a list, because that would be the fairest thing. You're very welcome, Nicola. Well, thank you so much for working with me. Okay. Now then. Scroll. Tell you what, let's come to PG. I think that's a great thing. Hello to you. May you get a reading? Yes. Love General, who is coming towards me? Right. Okay. I've just asked my guide who is coming towards you, because there is a partner coming towards you. That's what I've been told. When I ask, is there a name? Is there anything like that? What I've been given is the word brass. Do you have any association with brass in your life, PG? That's what I'm asking, really. Could be brass music, could be brass the metal, I don't know, I'm just being shown brass. And a gypsy connection as well, something around the kind of Irish gypsy, people who kept horse brasses. It's that kind of family. I think you'd already be aware that you're being drawn towards people like that. You perhaps don't know them yet, but that's where you're on your way to. I can see horses around this, most definitely. But the brass, it's almost as if the guy might have a name beginning with B, almost Barry is what I think. Because it's, no, they just keep saying brass again and again. Let's have a look at a daily guidance from your Angel Oracle card, which is seems like an off-the-point thing, but this is where I'm drawn. Now then, PG. Giving and receiving. The entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, give, or only inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. Now, that doesn't really answer your question. I know that. But the answer lies in here somewhere, because it is about giving and receiving. When this begins to happen, right, when this guy comes into your life, it's going to be really important that you're up and cheerful and you've got an up and at them attitude. And that is what this is about, because I feel that you're kind of empty vessel feeling at the moment. And that's positive in some ways, because when we're that way, we can attract the light in, can't we? And we can attract really good things. But once we've attracted them, we've got to try and hang on to them. And this is a guy you're going to want to keep. So really, if you give, try and receive something. If you receive a lot, don't be afraid to go out and give a bit. I don't feel that's a problem with you, and it's no criticism, but just do something to balance there. I've had this poster up behind me for a while now, and all the readings seem to be something around balance. Also, the person who's coming towards you, and PG, I'm still with PG, the person coming towards you is out of whack and out of balance himself. And there's a woman as well. It's not a woman he's having a relationship with. It's in his family, somewhere around his family. Very out of whack, very out of balance, and it's going to appeal to him a lot if you seem like a really balanced person. I actually think you probably are a really balanced person, PG. That's what I think, but you know, it's not about what I think, it's about what the card is telling me. So let's look some more at the picture on here. I mean, you see the huge amount of good things this angel has got in her hands. The only thing that's stopping you having these good things, which I feel you've held tightly in your arms before, the only thing that's stopping you having these good things is just that thing about giving and receiving, taking a deep breath. And you know, when people say take a good look at yourself in the mirror, it's like take a good look at yourself in a scrying glass or something. Pull yourself a card or something, because it will give you confirmation. His personality, is he a... No, but his family's a bit wacky, yeah? He's a very normal kind of guy in that sense. But when people come from a really wacky family, they want nothing more than to settle down with someone nice, someone they can love, and someone who isn't going to change every kind of 5 minutes. And that is something, you've got a lot of stability and steadiness about you, I feel. So you will be drawn to that. But just think of that, you know, that balance thing in terms of what you give, what you receive, what comes to you, you know, and don't be afraid to give out, because whatever you give out in this situation will come back to you 1,000-fold. Okay, PG, I hope that's helped you some. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to have a quick drink of water again. Actually, this cup is almost like a card in itself. I'm going to give you this cup as well, PG, right? Because it's red, and we've got this turquoisey greeny. It's kind of healing. It's speaking your truth, but it's red. It's up and at them, and that is where things need to be with you. And just about with all of us, actually. You know, it's the Chinese year of the pig this year, and the pig is in the earth side. Tamer bad, but yeah, something like that. But you're going to be surprised how nice this guy is after everything I've said, believe me. It's really that he's just got a lot of action going on around him from people who I think maybe get in trouble with the police or something like that, but just... try not to judge him by his family, okay? And to understand if he doesn't invite you home to meet his parents immediately. It's not you, it's them. That's what I'm going to say. Amen. Now then, Neymar. Okay, yeah, because I did say, you know, come on back if you want to. And I know I'm drawn somewhere again for you, Neymar, because I've now picked up a deck that I virtually never use, but my guide said pick it up. It's the Mantegna Tarot. It's a mad deck to pull single cards out of, but that's what I'm going to do now. It's 15th century, one of the earliest tarot decks there ever were. 50 cards. This is for Neymar Jr. and we're looking at a love reading. And we've got Erato here. And I can't help thinking of certain erotic associations there. So that's looking very positive. Now then, this I feel is you, Neymar, and you're looking into this crystal ball. Almost as you're watching me, that's what you're doing. You're looking into the crystal ball of life, the psychic stuff, the card readings, finding out what the universe might have in store. But look at this person. She is ignoring another crystal ball, which is down here. It actually could be a football. You actually could kick it, but they didn't have leather footballs in the 15th century. So I know that is a crystal ball, maybe even a stone ball, but do be careful you don't trip, because when it happens, it's going to be it's going to be absolutely a mystical event in your own life. Everything you've been looking at, you'd be surprised how accurate the messages coming to you have been. And I don't just mean from me, I mean everyone you've consulted, and I feel that you are actually consulting your own spirit guides. So now look at all the silver and look at all the blue. Okay, much about speaking your truth here. This is all about being in the right place, making the right things happen along the way. But I'll come back to it, Neymar Jr. You are looking at this already, right? Just be very careful you don't trip over this. Look all over. Okay? That is the most important thing. I'm going to give you that with love, Neymar, and move on. I wish you well with it. I'm also being told, right, you've got a long time ahead of you to kind of make these things happen. Don't be afraid to have fun with relationships as you go along the way. Just got to be careful. Hi, Eilena. Nice to see you. Oh, great. Eilena has joined us. It's all people from across the pond today, which is brilliant. I will quickly say I'm fishing around to find a regular time. You're very welcome, Neymar. I'm fishing around to find a regular time when I can say, right, every day or every week, this day, this time, I'll be here. I get up about 5 a.m. UK time because I've got animals to feed. If I go on at 6 a.m., then that's 10 o'clock at night, the night before Pacific, and there might be a few people about, but it's less good for Eastern because it's 1 a.m. And then after about 8 a.m., I can't get on live again until 10 o'clock at night, which drags it out. So there we go. That's just my administrative stuff. Nothing to worry about. But folks, I'm looking at getting on regular. I really want to make this a regular connection. Be here for you guys again and again because I do so much enjoy it. Eilena, can I do you a card, please? I'm strongly drawn to you at the moment. Very strongly drawn, Eilena. And what we got, energy healing. And I've also got to give you two other ones here. Oh, a 3-card reading. A 3-card reading. And this is for Eilena Mendez. Right, first thing to do, detach from drama. Pallas Athena. Got to detach from drama. And I will, right, I'm drawn to you as well, and I'll come to you, but I'm going to do 3 cards for Eilena now. We're doing quickie readings today, so I'll keep moving. So Eilena, detach from the drama. I feel that somewhere along the line in, just the last 2 to 3 weeks, you know, not before February. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, there's a family thing come up. I was going to say an argument, not so much an argument, but a family thing come up, a family event that there's someone that you would very much like to go to this family event and be there with everybody else. I feel it's a man. I feel as if he doesn't want to go. But a lot of that is kind of dramatic effect going on, Eilena. So wherever you are there, just bear that in mind and detach from the drama. If it's one of those things where, you know, if someone's kind of saying, oh, everything's so bad, and you say, all right, well, get lost then. And they'll suddenly realize, I'm not saying you should say that to them. That's just my example from being a Geordie from England. But just kind of stand up to the idea that there's something dramatic happening. Keep kind of talking the drama side of it down if you can. Because what we've also got here is, excuse me, this is something he needs to do more than anything. Open your heart to love. I know that's not an issue with you, Eilena, not in a big way anyway, but this is actually the Jesus card, the Jesus Ascended Master card, and I feel then that there would actually be a church event involved with this. Your daughter and her ex, I see. Well, he does need to open his heart to love, and you know, I don't feel that that's a totally cut off thing, Eilena. But whether it is or not, what we've got here is energy healing, and this is either going to heal that relationship or heal everybody who's involved with it for the highest good and bring a good outcome. That good outcome is coming before the summer solstice this year, so before the 21st of June. We've got Merlin, and I did a video about Merlin last night, which is somewhere in my videos, because I live in a place in West Wales. If I tell you the name, you wouldn't have never have heard of it. It's called Llandyssil, but it's right in the middle of the Dyfed Triangle, and it's about 14 miles away from where Merlin the magician spent the later years of his life. So when I get this Merlin card, I feel strong energy, I feel Celtic energy, I feel passions, and that energy healing coming in, Eileen, because, you know, Eileen, I've felt for quite a long time that I know you're someone who meditates and I know you have peace in your life, but I felt that there could be more peace for you somehow, and there will be. So focus on that. This is what he's got to do, and this is what you've got to, well, this is what you've got to do, and this is what everybody's got to do, Eileen. Okay. Well, I'll give you that with fair love, and I will move on yet again. Thank you for working with me. Now then. Well, I'm going to have to watch a lot of YouTube videos, folks, because I'm absolutely sure there's some way I could have my laptop here with all the chat comments on, and I'd be able to see who came in first. And, you know, I'm just picking people randomly, but excuse me, it's not all that random. I have a spirit guide with me who I work with, and he kind of takes me to the people who seem to him to be in the most need, or who he can help the most at the time. I would like to come to everybody if I can, though, and I'm not giving up. Let's just have a look who we got there. Yeah. Okay, Grow Joe. I like the idea of Grow Joe. And I'm still coming to you, Anna. Okay, I've forgotten you. I'm coming to Grow Joe now. Anna, I've got something for you. What happens is my guide's drawn to you and he's still building up the information. We have people in the spirit world who help us find things out. So that's what's going on at the moment. But this is for Grow Joan. We're with the Ascended Masters deck. I didn't think I'd be using it this much today, or in fact as much as I have been using it, because I used to, when I only did kind of face-to-face readings in my own home and I wasn't online doing it, I only ever used to pull this deck out if it was a very intense reading or if I was reading for a medium. And I feel in the case of Groucho, you've got mediumistic abilities which need to be growing. But the card I've got for, let's pop that back. The card I've got for you, choose peace. Paramahansa Yogananda. Peace is a choice, really. That's what I have to say to you. Peace is a choice. And when you actually make that choice, you bring a lot of light close around you. You'll have been aware of input from the spirit realms, shall we say, Joe. It will be something like dreaming, strange dreams that don't seem to make sense, but there's something familiar about them. You're meeting your spirit guides in the dream, or at least some of them. It's a journey. You may have worked with spirit guides before, and either they haven't got through or they've just lifted you as high as they can. Maybe you've been doing readings of cards and stuff, and they want to take you on to read the cards in mediumship. Something along those lines. But the only problem is we all live in this modern world, and you have to have been kind of into this stuff for a little while before it starts to actually bring the peace into your life. And you have been into it for a long time, I know, but we've got to get this choice of peace going on. It's there to be chosen. See the ring we've got here? I haven't got great lights, but this is very lapis lazuli coloured ring around Paramahansa Yogananda, who was a great yogi, and he brought great things to his people by getting them all to meditate. And then we've got blue sky thinking out here, and that's what is needed for you, Joe, because the growth is all ready to happen, but you want to grow more and more and more. I feel you've got experience of growing, maybe in horticulture or something as well. That appears to me to be going very well indeed, and I wouldn't turn away from that in any sense. You may be concerned that something around growing is kind of holding you back from spiritual work. Not at all, basically, not at all. But I've got to say to you, detach from drama as well. That's all a part of choosing peace. Will you rehire? I got a yes from that. I can't give any more explanation behind it. That's just my guide. He said yes, so you will, most definitely. Hey, Sherry Landry, hello to you. Can we see? Oh, hello, Hope. Yeah, you just started people. Saging. Yeah, people really need to do that, don't they? Actually, yeah. If only people did that more. I'll say that now to everyone, actually. And I'm so bad with it. But yeah, Hope Purdy, who is here right now. Yeah, give some time, give some attention to spiritual grounding, protection, and cleansing your home. There's all kinds of things you can do. I haven't got one burning at the moment, but I had a joss stick, an incense stick burning in here before I started, and it's worth doing. It really is worth doing. You'll all be that much closer to the psychic knowledge. Right, okay, Paloma Gomez. Will there be? It's got to be a very quick one, right? Because I'm going to a lady called Anna in a minute. Will there be a reconciliation? Right, let me pull a card. Relationship, right. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. But you've got to stop worrying about it, Paloma. Okay, that is really the most important thing. As long as you're kind of willing to just think, what will be, it's going to get better and better. That the whole situation is going to get better and better. So that's a yes. But focus on your own life more than anything, because now it's on its way to you. It's more about what kind of person they're going to be when it's happening. Okay, very quick one that. I'll give you that with their love, and let me scroll up a bit. I'm coming to Anna. I just can't remember her last name, that's why I'm scrolling up. Anna Alves or Alves. Excuse me if I don't know how to pronounce people's names, by the way. But Anna Alves, I'm coming to you now. Okay, where are we? This one? Okay. And this is about healing, I feel, for you. Just because, I mean, they're all that colour, This is the back of the daily guidance from your angel decks. But when we get this or call to this deck, there is healing coming in, and there's something you can do every day towards that healing, Anna. Now then, before I've even pulled a card for you, Anna, what I want to say is I believe you do spiritual meditative practice, something like that. As I was talking about lighting incense, I'm sure you would actually do that in your own home. Do you do it at a regular time, though? I feel I'm being asked to suggest to you that it's worth doing it at a regular time. Many spiritual teachers say that it isn't because there's no time in the spirit world, and that's a very valid thing. But the spirit world do recognize a rhythm. So if I do something, for example, I do something every day when I get out of bed, as soon as I've got out of bed, and the time can vary, but that rhythm is the same. Excuse me, my guides know my rhythm and they're around me more at that time. And if you can do that, Anna, that is going to bring them closer. The card I've pulled for you is Innocence. I'll read it out and then I'll show you it. Then I'll read it out. I'll show you it again. Beautiful pastel colours. This is a very gentle healing energy coming around you, Anna. Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness, so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. The line I'm really drawn to there, Anna, is enjoy the peace within your heart once more. I've got my finger over it now. There we go. I know they're not too easy to read on camera, but kind of the best. If I come close, tilt it up, then it doesn't go too dark. You see that? Okay, it's that last line. That last line is what jumped out at me, because when we read cards in mediumship with the spirit guide, the guide will draw us to certain things on the card. So enjoy the peace within your heart once more, and that ties in with absolutely everything I've felt about healing. And it actually goes into the last card a bit, when I got to choose peace there with Paramahansa Yogananda. You really would need to make that choice to give some more time to it, and but it's less about time than that rhythm. So if you can get that rhythm established on it, like I say, it doesn't matter what time I get up, and I've been getting up all different times lately trying to find a good time to be on YouTube. It doesn't matter what time you get up, when that happens, that's your biorhythm, your body's rhythm, and your guide knows that. Also, your guide is with you and in you. You don't have to worry too much. When you make the effort to connect, you're connecting you and him to the cosmic realm, so it's worth doing. But he's with you and he's in you, most certainly. Yeah. Okay, card for you, Hope Birdie. Okay, why not? My hand goes straight to the Ascended Masters deck. Oh, peace offering. There we go. White buffalo calf woman. And I've hidden her from the light somehow. That's better. That makes her shine out more. And we've got the white, you're very welcome, Anna. We've got the white horse of forgiveness here. I always see forgiveness around this. And it's not a horse, obviously, it's the buffalo, but I get that horsey feeling because it's that large, that big white animal wanting to kind of bring goodness, wanting to bring happiness and promising a lot, because white buffalo calf woman would appear to the Native American Indians when something amazing was going to happen, and it would be their omen, their portent, a good omen and portent for good things ahead. So this is for Hope Purdy, for whom I've just pulled it. So great things coming. I'm actually looking at the bull. I want to focus in on the bull. I think you might have bulls around you in real life, is what I think. Maybe I've got that wrong. I don't know. Maybe you're just painting a picture of a bull or something. But that bull really, really makes an impression on me as I'm trying to find out what's going on. And as it's a buffalo calf, it shows as someone very small or very young in the general progression of things. It shows as somebody right at the beginning can actually have a lot of power, because this is a buffalo calf and yet it's so immensely powerful. This card links me to White, Tara and all kinds of amazing energies. So I know they're around you, and I know that good things are coming to you, and I'm really, although this is an Ascended Masters card, look at the sheer amount of purple in that. It's about healing for you, Hope. I feel that, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, Hope, I feel that you may have a child in the spirit world who possibly wasn't actually able to be born in this world. And what I have to say to you about that is these little souls are trying to come through all the time, and even though it seemed like nothing to you, perhaps, or it would have seemed great to us, but even though it seems to you as if that child didn't have a life, well, they did experience being human in the spiritual sense, and they will always love you for it. It's a terrible thing when that doesn't work, but they will always love you for it, most certainly. I'm going to give you that with their love. I need to take a little drink of water here before I move on. And I'm on the glass now, so I think we're in for some crystal clear thinking. That's what I hope. There we are. What have we got now? Crystal ball time. Oh, Hope, well, thank you for telling me. I'm really glad we've hit the spot there. The only thing I'm not hitting the spot with is keeping up with who's been waiting for how long, and I'm really sorry about that, gang. But believe me, if you're meant to have a message today, somehow it will happen. It's a long way to scroll up. Thanks, everyone, for all these comments, by the way. Right, I'm eventually going to get there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Jessica. Good morning to you. 6 a.m. there. Well, I'm going to say good morning to you because wherever we are in the world, this is the YouTube thing. It almost doesn't matter. I was banging on earlier about I'm trying to find a regular time. But yeah, it's 2:05 in the afternoon here. So 6:05 with you. You've been up all night, have you, Sherry? I wondered, because I know, I saw comments. Must get some sleep, Sherry. Must get that beauty sleep if you can. But sometimes there's too much going on. Too much going on in our minds at night, isn't there? I know you've got a lot of psychic input going through constantly, Sherry. Right, my hand has gone over to... Yeah, my hand has gone over right back to this one. And we're so hopeless with names I am, dear me. Right, yeah, Jessica. Right, I'm shuffling now for a card for Jessica. So this is for you. I'm going to give it a good shuffle as well. There's something to come out here for you, Jessica. Let's keep going. Jessica's a great name from a Shakespeare play, Midsummer Night's Dream, I think. Wonderful name, that. Right, here we go. Ooh. Now then, Jessica, I feel that you've lost somebody to the spirit world. They've said not too distant past. We're back to that kind of understanding of time thing again, but I feel that pretty soon it's going to be the first time that you've done something excuse me, since this person passed away. And it would have been something kind of chesty, something up here, some kind of feeling that I get when I link in. I feel it would have been a lady. I feel she would have looked a fair bit like this, actually. And this card, anyway, have confidence. And look at all the purple light in that. There's actually quite a lot of purple in here as well. And what have we got? Have confidence. Moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God is enough, along with knowing that God works through you and with you in all ways. Lean upon us if your confidence wavers, and we will buoy your courage and faith. Okay. This still for you, Jessica, very much. Look at the wings here. They're kind of, the wings are on this angel almost like it's as if it's like a hat she's wearing, kind of a headdress of some kind. So we know there's actually a woman from the Native American realms who's very close to you in the spirit world, most certainly. And look at the flower going in her hair there. You've got to make the effort to put the flower in your hair, Jessica, to keep on moving forward. And that confidence, well, it can seem misplaced, isn't it, to have confidence in God and faith in that kind of thing, because where is the truth that we can have faith in these days? So hard to find. Well, it's in your third eye, Jessica. You'll see more sometimes with this than you will with the round things at the top of your face. And that's the case for you. So that's the card I'm giving you today, Jessica. I also want to say, think about Reiki, because I see the 1,000-petal lotus flower. That's either about Reiki or it's about grounding and protection. Okay, making sense. I'm very glad to hear it. You know, I do like to do kind of in-depth readings, but I like to try and get around everyone I can while I'm live, because I'm so grateful for everyone who comes in. It's absolutely brilliant to meet people all over the world. Do give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, because I do this all the time. There's other videos coming, so tap that bell too, and share me around the internet a bit as well, if you wouldn't mind. Right, drink of water time, and we're asking for crystal clear clarity again. Okay, now then, let's do a bit more scrolling, scrolling. It's like rawhide, isn't it? Jane A, those are nice cards. Would you like me to pull one for you, Jane? I'm going to go to Jane A, right? And if anyone's watching, by the way, and your internet connection drops or something, do come back and watch the repeat. You're here, Jane. Brilliant. Okay, we're pulling away now then. Do come and watch the repeats. I had an amazing experience yesterday. I was doing a reading on Facebook, and just when I started the live feed, there's nobody watching, so I pulled a card, so there's something for people to watch. And minutes later, a woman came in, and that card was for her, and it meant everything to her. So I know the guides are on this. I know they're working. I don't understand a thing about how it works. Jane A, the card I've got for you, and I had to cut the deck to get to this one. I'm using these ones. Hope you don't mind. It's go ahead and just don't worry too much about it, because facts of life keep on coming up, but every time you overcome one of those facts of life things, Jane, the tree is growing, it's getting stronger. And look at the heart in the middle. This is why I keep on about home, because home is where the heart is. Yeah, it keeps buffering. Yeah, I know. There's a storm blowing. Actually, I tell you what. Look, can you see that? Oh, the trees are standing still now. But that, my friends, is the storm outside my window at the moment. Right. Okay, have a look. Right, so you're back with Joe. Okay, right. Caroline, I would like to come to you. I'm just reading with Jane at the moment. Okay, then I'll come across and we'll do one with you as well. So right now, this home card, and this is for Jane A. Hope it's making sense in a big way, actually, because look at all the colours under your feet. I feel that this is opals is what I'm really seeing as I look at this. The feeling I get is of opals. And small opals cost a lot more than big ones. Because if you buy a big opal, there's not that much chance of you actually getting a small one out. It breaks up, it falls apart. So there's something in your home life that you've got to be ever so careful with, ever so gentle with. But you're not going to kill it if you clean it. That's the bottom line. Okay, I knew we were on about cleaning something. Look at this purple, look at this pink. It's almost a pink purple. This is healing in your higher heart chakra, what's around love and romance. And you're going to feel better about it when your house conforms more to what you would like it to be like. That's what I'm going to say this very carefully. And another card for you, Jane, just as I look at it just before I leave this message. Creativity, you know, make things yourself that fit in with your life around your house and that fit in with your spiritual practice. That's really what's going to matter. Right. Name, I'm going to come back, right? If I haven't sort of told you anything, it's almost certain that my guide hasn't kind of picked anything more up than I've said. Um, I'm going to do it now, Neymar, because I don't want to leave the energy up in the air. You know, there's something we haven't got to yet, have we? Let me focus on the question. Right. Um, well, it's pretty much as I said before, Neymar. It's that he thinks of you a lot. You're in his mind a lot, but how much he cares about who's in his mind and how much he doesn't care is going up and down massively. And that's why I can't really give you a straight answer on that. But you are one of the people that he's interested in when he is interested. And you are really kind of like one of the front runners for his affections. So just don't get too far away from him. Don't get too far away from hanging on to this idea, because it's a good idea. And it can work out. I would know straight away if it was hopeless. I'd get a feeling. I feel like he's a nice guy. He shows a kind of miserable side, but that's just, you know, the other side. Because everyone's got a bit of yin and yang in them, haven't we all? Seems to be the way it goes. Okay. There we go. So where was I going to go? Caroline Stilitano. Oh, I've said your name right. I'm really kind of learning people's names from all around the world at the moment. And I've spoken to a lady on the chat here whose name seems to be Mina, but it might be Mina. I don't know. Who knows? She's not here today anyway. You did, yes, you did, Nina. But I'm going. I go where my guides take me. Okay. Caroline asked me a minute ago before I said it right. Did I? Stilitano. Oh, so. Some Italian in there, I should think. And the card I've got for you, Caroline, completion. Now then, this is a situation which I feel you actually wouldn't think was ever going to heal itself, was ever going to come right, anything like that. I feel there's something of a battle gone on as well. Yeah, I'm sorry, Neil. It's just the way that it works best with me. Italian. And is there something with Italian family that is in this situation around completion? There's someone in the spirit world very close to you, as I look at this 5-pointed star, and this lady in the spirit world, and she is showing me that you actually have a great amount of belief, not just in readings, not just in kind of what I'm doing here, but in magic, in the everything that the pentagram represents. I also feel, Caroline, that as we're coming towards completion, it's your grandma. Oh, wonderful. Does she look like this card at all? I really feel I'm getting a sense of her from this card. She didn't physically look like this woman. I think she would have had the very white skin, and she would have been through what you're going through now, only worse. And that's why she's here to tell you that it can come to completion. It can go the right way again. It can actually heal, and healing is so much where it's at. I'll flick the card around because these cards are full of healing. Yeah, but look, there is a very very gentle amount of purple in this card, so the healing is there, but it's coming in gently because, Caroline, I feel you'll have had a bit of an illness, a health condition, maybe for some time, maybe it's recent, but you wouldn't be the physically strongest of people at the moment, and so it's becoming harder and harder to see you finding your way to complete things, but you can't. That's the way it's going. There are many people in the spirit world around you sending you a lot of light, actually. Do you ever do mediumship or anything, Caroline? Because this really looks to me like it really hurt right now. Oh dear. Well, it will. It'll come to completion. I absolutely promise you it'll come to completion. But, right, this is how it feels to me, Caroline. Oh, you do? Right. Right, okay, that's going to go further. You're going to go higher with that. Because what's really happening to you and the pain that you've got at the moment, Caroline, and that you've experienced for so long, is part of your understanding of becoming a healer. I get quite annoyed with my guides sometimes. Some of the things they make happen in my life to teach me what it's like to suffer. Well, great, I know how to suffer now, thanks. And there does come a time when things change and improve, and they will. I'm being told that all is pretty good by next Christmas, Caroline, but you don't got to wait that long, you know. It's kind of certainly before the summer starts, you'll start feeling better, and that is your key to getting there before next Christmas. You and your mum got in an argument, she kicked your heart. I didn't realise how much it hurt. Yeah. Yeah, this happens. Well, right. Your grandma in spirit was very good at patching things up between people when she was here. And I know she's working on that. That's where this card comes. Somehow, right? Somehow your mother is going to get a sign as well and think, oh, because she's actually hurt herself more than she wanted to. That is really what's happened there. She had absolutely no idea of how much it would hurt her. I can imagine this, you know. My daughter is 18 and she's left home about 2 years ago, and it's really, really weird not having her here. It's perfectly all right. I live in the middle of nowhere. She went to live in a city so she can get a job, and she's got a job. But it's not just that I miss her. I do miss her, but everything's kind of weird, kind of strange, and it's like that for your mother as well, Caroline. That's what I've got to give you. So I'll give you that with Spirit's love. Now then, my friends, I've been reading for about an hour. That's about as long as my guides can usually hack it. Got to go, Jane. Well, Jane, thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to do a quick scroll up, right? I've got about maybe 2 more very quick cards in me. Now, I did say, Nina, love for you, I would come to you, and I would like to do that. And actually, no, I won't make it a quickie. I've got to make it the last one, but this is Nina, love for you, okay? It'd be great if you could let me know if you're still here, Nina, because I know that people's internet connections are up and down a lot. Nicola, yes, on my Facebook page it's called Twig Brother. I've been having some difficulty sharing it actually, but my name is Andy Lynch, ANDYLYNCH. LYNCH on Facebook. Talk to me on the chat. If you can't get through, we'll send each other links and somehow we'll join up. I also read on a Facebook group regularly called Spirit Door by Sammy Kelly. She's my working partner when we work in churches up and down the country together. And we also work online there together and separately as we're doing today because she is on there right now. So Nina, love for you. Without further ado, it's Nina, love for you. I've got release and surrender. And it looks to me, Nina, as if you're starting to get what you want and things are starting to go much better for you. And for you, as in your name, things are going much better with... I feel as if you've got some kind of internet business going, Nina, or if you haven't, that you've been thinking about it, it would be a great time to get going. Whether it's going or not, though, this to me is like as if someone's given you a gold statue for how well you've done with your internet business. Sometimes it feels a bit, sometimes, particularly doing psychic stuff, I mean, I'm in my element here. I feel respect for all of you, and I know that you're all showing me respect as well, which is wonderful. But out there in the real world, when we actually come out of the closet and say, well, I'm a spiritualist medium, I'm a psychic, whatever, people do tend to think it's really Mickey Mouse and we're ripping people off. You just got to release and surrender. Stop worrying about that. Make that choice of peace for yourself, Nina. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Let me just focus a bit further on that. Well, you can see the sheer amount of light around that idea. And can you see that cup there, right? This is now making me think a bit of the Ace of Cups, but more than anything, I don't know why, because there's only one of them, but I'm thinking of the Three of Cups, because you two working together could be a real good business partnership. And if you go along that way, and if he reaches out to you, and I feel he will reach out to you about 3 weeks from now, looking at about 3 weekends' time, before the end of March, he will reach out to you, and then it'll go that way. But I'm seeing it as the Three of Cups because when that happens, there are good things waiting in to come around the energy that you bring, because it's not something you could do on your own. It's not something he could do on his own. You could both do it on your own, but you wouldn't get very far with it. By coming together, by working together, it's going to be good. I'm just going to add in one little personal thing about myself, which I shouldn't, but I think this might be what I'm being drawn to. I do some of my work I do with a very, very beautiful young woman who's much younger than me. And I just had to stop looking at her as a beautiful young woman who's much younger than me. And when I stopped doing that, she is the most fantastic colleague you could wish for. You just got to detach from that kind of love, romantic feeling around business and work, because it'll blinking hurt in the end, I'm afraid. That's the truth. My friends, thank you very, very much for joining me today. Just one moment. I haven't finished this second just yet, until my guides have told me to bring in the bell, the angel bell, and clear the air. Okay, So now our spirit guides, all the psychic forces and everything, step back. They're there, they're loving us, they're sending us love, they're sending us good things all the time, but they step back into the shadows because it's our life now. So let's get out there and live it, folks. That's what I've got to say. Many thanks for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, please. It all helps my statistics and everything, gets me further into YouTube, helps me spread the love. Yeah, nice one, Nina. I can't pronounce that, but I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Thanks all. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, everyone who's worked with me today. And I'm going to say thank you to my guide as well. The Twig Brother thing goes on and on. I'm actually just about finished, Shirsha. I'm really sorry. I'm right at the end. I said, no, go on. I tell you what, wasn't it, Shirsha? Ask me one question, Shirsha. All right, I've been told I can do one question for you. Yeah, I'll do you a live question now. I'm just going to shuffle for a minute because I know it takes you a second to write it. Right, goes on a bit yet. Well, I'm pulling you a card, Shirsha, and this one has fallen out of the deck, so it must be for you. This is a really old deck that hardly anyone uses, but I love it. It's the Mantegna. It's a 15th century tarot deck. It has 50 cards. It's from before the... Oh, yeah, post it right. It's from about, 15th century, long before there was a 77 card tarot deck, when noblemen, and there had to be men in those days to be allowed to be rich, had their own ones designed. Shirsha, 2 heads on this card, okay? I feel that you're being asked to be two-faced. You're the sort of person who likes to stick to the truth, to keep everything genuine, Shirsha. That is what I pick up for you, because you have an understanding not just of the Bible, not just of Christianity, that side of the mainstream religious beliefs that we have, but you have an understanding of how people's minds tick as well, and how that kind of thing affects people. But you're being asked to be a bit two-faced. I feel that you may be being asked to do online readings, and reading like I do here, where it's just pick a card, pick a card, pick a card. Before I did it, I would have thought that was a really Mickey Mouse way to do it. I really would, because you want to take the time to get the connection with people and everything. But I found that I've got a spirit guide who knows what's going to happen before I've even got out of bed in the morning. I'm finding it's working, and I'm finding that although these are quickie readings, I'm not having to be two-faced at all. Somehow it works. Just got to remember, our guides chose us for a reason. Our guides are around us for a reason. And have faith in them, because you don't need to add anything or take anything away from yourself to be perfect, to be the way God made you. And if you're being asked to be two-faced, don't just give up on that situation, right, Shirsha? Because I know it's important to you, but look at all the possibilities here. It's as if you're standing on top of the universe, on top of all the stars. Every one of those stars represents a positive possibility in your life. And you will be guided, you will be helped to make sure that you don't have to be the two different people. Sometimes we have to be all things to all people as psychics and mediums, I know we do, but in reality, as long as you're always yourself with your guide, it can't go very far wrong. Relationship, yes, now something about love as well, okay. Separated. Right, now I know this one, okay, fluorite, I've drawn my fluorite ball. For you to come back together at the moment, there's so much resistance that one of you would snap. I feel it's actually him, and I feel that once you came together, you would actually feel that you've given in a bit too much, because you don't really want to go back unless you've got an explanation out of this man, Shirsha. And I don't feel he will actually want to come back either. I feel there's some mutual understanding there. But if you want to make it work, resistance has to be broken down. Okay. Right, my friends, I've got to get cracking because the energy has gone right down. I would have loved to have given Shirsha a bit more there, but I'm confused. I'm all over the place. I'm going to basically be back very soon. I keep trying different times to see when I can get on YouTube. So please subscribe. The red button thing is down, either down there or down there, and it's like a rectangle. Hit that, tap the bell, get the notifications, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, please. Leave me a comment, we'll share the journey. Now then, I am most definitely going to do my best to get on tomorrow night, Sunday night, 11 p.m. It's worked the last 2 Sundays after 11 p.m, so that's when I'm going to try for sure next. In the meantime, I'm going to try whenever I can, because it's always good to get a link if we can. And we've had a great link today, friends. Thank you so much. I'll say it again. Great to see everyone. Mwah, mwah. Thank you for working with me. Big love to you all from the spirit world. And I'll see you again very soon. Keep it real. Keep it twig, brother. Bye-bye.